Jarvisbiker. On the 2021 road glide, we're headed for Kingston, Ontario. We're going to see Uncle Bill. Last time I saw him was the fall before COVID, so probably around October, just before COVID. And I've been waiting all this time to be allowed to go visit. He's in a extended care home. Every time I was ready this year, like from May on, to come and see him, I would have someone that I knew that I was around come down with COVID. So I wouldn't go. So right now, everybody's good, everybody's healthy, we're going. We're going to go see him. So my aunt had me down as a caregiver because she knew that I was trying to get here, so that's the only way they'll let me in. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's a 4-hour ride, maybe a little less, depending on gas stops and all that kind of stuff. Really looking forward to going to see him and my aunt. They're up in Kingston all by themselves. All the rest of the family is either here or way the hell to the west. So, going to be good to get up and visit them. We got back from the Virginia Motovloggers meet, and we had a really good time there. After it was over, I went to South Carolina, stopped seeing a customer on the way. Seeing as I was so close, it was easy for us to just jump over there and stay over another night and then come back. So on my way back, we were still having an issue with the front end of the bike. We were getting, just seemed like they couldn't balance the tire. So I got back to coming up around Cincinnati, and I decided instead of going to the Peace Bridge, I would go to the Ambassador Bridge in Windsor and stop in at Thunder Road Harley-Davidson and see if they could change the tire right then or whatever they were going to do to it, because it wasn't right. Now, we'd already had it home and back once, and they rebalanced it, took the beads out, and rebalanced it the old way, and I took it for a test drive, and it seemed okay. But these roads up coming out of Windsor are so rough, it's really hard to tell if the balancing is close. Going and driving out of there, you're probably not going to you're not going to see it. By the time I got home and I hit a couple of roads that I knew were perfectly level and perfectly smooth, it was aware to me that it still wasn't balanced right. So, but I was leaving for the Motovloggers meetup, so I couldn't. Making sure he knew that there was a motorcycle there, not that he'd throwing rocks at it. I went on the van trip. Everything was okay, but it wasn't balanced. But on the Dragon and the Widowmaker and most of the roads, just riding back and forth from there, it was fine. But out on the interstate, it wasn't balanced. Oh, man. This road is just covered in gravel and spilled concrete coming out of that quarry there. So pulled into Thunder Road on my way home. I went basically 3 hours out of my way to go that way. I could have been home by the time I got to them. And they wouldn't look at it. They were down to 2 techs. They were fully slotted for the day. He just said no. So I said, well, when can I get it back? And he said, tomorrow. I said, so I'm going to drive all the way home and all the way back and all the way home again because you won't balance my tire or look at it right now. Yeah. I was like, okay. No use in arguing, you know, if that's what it is, that's what it is. All in all, they rebalanced the tire. They checked it out. They said they checked it 3 different times, twice on. Checked the balance coming off, checked the balance, redoing it. Put a shit ton of Harley weights on it. There was at least 5 of those big Harley weights that, like, you get from... You're going to get me squished here, people. Get the hell going. Get a little aggressive here, I guess. They're not getting... Get away from these slow pokes that are going to get me squished. So there's a shit ton of weights on it. So I told him, I said, okay, if it's no good, I'll come back. And if it's okay, then it's okay. No call, all good, right? So I rode home in the rain, so I wasn't going that fast. I didn't see until I got farther down the other side of London after I'd stopped and had a bite to eat. The rain subsided, the roads were dry, and I opened her up on some of the brand new roads in there that were done. And it was hopping. So I went home pretty upset, you know, 3 trips. Now I gotta give them credit. They did fix the brake problem. They found it, they fixed it, they stood up, they got it done. To them back at the shop, calibrate your wheel balancer because I took that wheel off when I got home from work the next day, last night. I pulled that wheel off, put it on my balancer, set the valve and the weight 3 and 9 o'clock, let go of the tire, and the weights went right to the bottom. So they'd overweighted the wheel, and it ended up I took 2 of those big weights off, and then it was pretty close to being balanced, but still creeping the weights down. So I took all the weights off, used my smaller weight, and I put 1 more of my smaller weights on, and I've got it pretty damn good. So I'm riding on it right now. We're doing almost 100 kilometers an hour, so 80 miles an hour, and it's smooth as glass right now. You can actually feel you're not feeling the vibration in the handlebars anymore like you were. So, pleased with that, but then, you know, I got out there detailing the bike afterwards because it was plastered. So I wanted it clean to go on this trip today. So I was out there detailing, and I just happened to think to myself, where's the dot on the tire? And I looked at where it should be at the valve, and it was a good 6 inches away. So they didn't line up the dot on the tire, which is recommended by the manufacturer. So just sloppy all the way around. So I probably will take that to another shop somewhere, get them to break the bead and turn that tire and rebalance it and see what we come up with now. I'm running in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, they're all at least 70 miles an hour, if not faster. On the ride to Virginia from Pennsylvania, we were rolling along in big interstates, and I gotta tell you, my hands were numb halfway down. Numb. So I had to start switching hands and doing all that crap. Wasn't a good day, so. Here we go. This guy's in a hurry. That's a good thing. So what else did we do? Oh, while I was wandering around, I bought a new phone holder. I bought the Harley one. I like it pretty good. Just first ride with it on there. I would have liked a little bit more adjustability, like one more knuckle to turn it a different way. But all in all, I'm liking it. So right now, we're running the Insta360 X2 and Hero 8 on my helmet. So I checked out the video that I made on the way to Windsor the day before yesterday, and I liked it. It's workable. I need to work on the editing's going to be a little bit different for a while till I learn it. So now we're going back to the brakes. When I got home from Windsor, when they wouldn't look at my bike, I found that the caliper on the left side was basically seized. It had stiffened right up to the point where the brake pads were hardly releasing. Now, Thunder Road asked me to dial indicate the wheel, or the rotors and the wheel, so I'm trying to do that. I wasn't very successful until I backed the brake pads off because they were restricting the rotation of the wheel so bad that it was moving the whole bike on the jack and creating distortion, which was showing up on the dial. So once I got the pistons to release and back off, and so I called and I said about that, and the guy said, just to wash it out with brake cleaner, it's just jammed up from riding in the rain. And I go, all right, whatever, thanks a lot, bye. So I took them completely off. I left the pistons in, but I put one pad in between and I pumped the pistons out so that I could clean around all of it. So I cleaned them all up nice. But the thing that I found was I took the pads off and I flipped them back to back so I could see the metal part, that everything was the same. And they weren't. One side of the pad, the metal, the stamp backing of the brake pad was bigger, thicker, wider, where it went, like the part that it slid on. So that's then feeling it, trying it back and forth. The springs are supposed to put tension on it, but it was so tight in there, it couldn't slide. And that's what the problem had been. It's almost like you had a seized caliper, but it was the brake pad sizing that was the problem. We gotta get some gas in this rig.